Hey, this bitch on?
Rolex, cut it up. Rolex, buttercup.
It's time for the hottest radio show and podcast.
I just looked at my wrist, I got time today.
With DJPreme. It's time for SHEF Radio. Yes, sir. Welcome to Start Here for our podcast. You already know I'm your host, Fire the Most Man. DJPreme is always in the building. I got my next guest in the building. I always say that my next guest might be the best guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's going on, y'all? This is JocQ from Houston, Texas. Hold it down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I always start the interviews off asking people how they hear about SHEF Radio, but I think I met you at Hardbody Kiati's joint, right?
Yeah, man. It was our first. I think it was the first one he did, man. And we just sat there and chopped it up. And
hell yeah,
you know, I was at a network and do all that stuff. And next thing you know, boom.
Hell yeah, now you here, man.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, that's what it's about, man. Getting out there, networking, talking to people, bro. I always say that's one of the biggest things. But
for sure.
What actually made you want to come on SHEF Radio?
Man, you know, I think I like talking. I just like talking to people, and you know, I want to promote my music, and you know, really just get to know people, and you know, I really liked your vibe, and so you know, when you told me, you know, that's something you did, I was like, well, you know, I'm pushing, you pushing, let's come on, let's see if we can do something. So you know. Hell
yeah, I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt.
You just told me off camera, this is your first interview?
This is my first interview. Look, hey, remember this moment, guys. Because look, a couple years down the line, when we're going to play back, we're going to be like, I remember this, man. DJPreme, bro. I'm telling you, we in it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
What actually got you into music?
Man, I've really been singing my whole life, man. Really just, but my mother, she was a really big singer. You know, she had a couple times where she really could have made it, but you know, things held her back. Yeah. And you know, it was wild, and so that kind of always sat with me. But I've always been around music. I have a degree from the Prairie A&M University.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So I have a degree in music and piano proficiency, and I didn't really take it too serious until about 2020 when I really started writing. So
okay. So you're a singer.
I am. I do R&B.
Okay.
That's, you know, a lot of people say they do R&B and rap, but R&B, no.
You just strictly R&B.
Strictly R&B, and I like to make music that is going to, you know, sit with you longer than a couple months. Sure. I want to make music that rests with you for days after I'm gone, decades after I'm gone.
Absolutely. Do you have a song that you've written so far, or you made so far that you like, yeah, this is it?
I do. I feel like that's it. I have an album coming out next Friday on the 14th called Inmorado Book 1.
Okay.
And so I would say it's 9 chapters, you know, aka 9 songs. And there's one on there that I really, I think, all the songs on there I put all my toes and feet into, but just this one in particular, you know, it took months in production because of like all kinds of setbacks, but the more pushback that I got from, the more I dug into making sure that it was gonna be perfect. For sure. And you know, I kind of wrote it with that, and it's funny because of just what's going on with Keke Palmer and everything, and that guy. But I wrote it with that mindset of singing in the rain, like old dude on the Boondocks, man. He was like really in there, and you know, and I want you to really feel that.
So what inspired that? What inspired the whole album?
That's a great question. I think what really inspired it, I think I just wrote a collection. I knew I wanted to put out a project. I think let's start there. I know I wanted to put out a project. I had already had a single out that was really nice, and you know, people really loved it. And, you know, I was getting more feedback than I was expecting, you know what I'm saying? I was expecting something big, but it was the big in the way God gave it to me was obviously not what I expected. Right. And so I was inspired to write a series of songs that gave a perspective from love. The word innamorato, let's start there. The word innamorato means a man that loves or a man that is loved. Okay. Like, I've always been a words guy, you know, like a big vocabulary guy. I'm not saying like I'm this big honkador, but
I feel what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? I've always been intrigued with words, and so when I was thinking of the project, I had to get a name first. I had to get a name of what I wanted the project to be first. And then I was like, okay, I can go from there. And when I found innamorato, when I dug into what it meant, I was like, okay, then I can write a series of songs that come from just different aspects of love. And so when you hear the project, that's literally what you're going to get. Every single song is different musically. It's not far-fetched. It's not like all out here.
All over the place, yeah.
But it's in the chapter. Like I said, it's different. It's a different chapter with each one. So I think I got a hunch. I don't know, guys. I got a hunch.
Nah, I feel you.
It's going to be jam.
I feel you, man.
Yeah.
What's the creative process like when you're in the studio or even before the studio when you're making a song or the album?
The beauty for me right now is being in just where I am as an artist. Mm-hmm. One, I've had one because once I realized I had a routine, I was like, oh, okay, shit, I'm moving, you know. But along with that, I'm still learning it, you know. But what I can tell you right now is, one, either I'm in the mood to write, like I'm either in it to write, or I'm doing nothing, not even thinking about writing, and bow, you got 30 seconds to get this idea down.
For sure.
Boom. Yep. You better go. What you gonna do? And that'll come. It doesn't matter what time it is. I can be asleep, middle of the night. Like my first single I wrote that literally in the middle of the night. Woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, okay, there's a song and I gotta write it, and boom. Yep. And it was crazy. And ever since then, man, you know, I've had songs that I lost. Like I was just too tired. I was like, that's fucking beautiful, but I'm not getting up.
Nah, I feel you.
So I mean that's where it starts, and then from there, man, I have to be motivated into, you know, once I love it, then I put it on the piano because I have a keyboard at the house. I put it on the piano and I do a little bit. Whether it doesn't matter where it starts. That's the other beautiful part of it. It can either start with a hum, a melody, words, or sometimes it comes in a whole wave where I have a lot, and I'm like, okay, boom, I got a lot to work with. So it's always sporadic. That's how I know it's you know, it's God moving with me. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I'll write a little bit, and then wherever I stop at, I'll go to sleep. Yeah. And if I wake up and I still like it, then we're rocking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now I also have other pieces like, okay, this song. I have this one song that I'm working on. I'm gonna stop right there. But I have this one song I'm working on, and I had about 6 bars, right? About 6 bars.
Okay.
And that's all I had. And that was it. And so I put it to the side. Like I'm at about 50 or 60, about 60, 65 written songs. You know what I'm saying? Whether they are complete, a little bit or whatever. But that's about 50, about 60. Okay. You know. And I've taken a break. That's when I've taken a break because I've been promoting and marketing, learning that game.
Trying to get yourself out there.
But yeah, so me and my producer, he came. He was like, "Hey man, I got this one. What can you do with it?" Because I co-produced the whole album with my guy Gonzo, aka Super Diesel, mad scientist, man. Okay. So me and him, every single track on there, we co-produced together, and he's a beast. Some songs I came and it was straight from the brain, and we boom. Mm-hmm. Other songs he had a piece, or he had like a whole little section, and then, you know, I came and was like, "Ooh, I want this, boom, boom, boom." Mm-hmm. But you know, we tag team that whole thing. Jeff, you know, Hardy Boys this thing.
Okay.
But nevertheless, so with the song, we started working on it, and next thing you know it, I'm like, okay, I gotta write. We started working something in the studio, really wasn't feeling it. So I'm like, okay. He was like, don't force it. He always tell me don't force it.
Yeah, that's
okay.
a fact.
I said, I got you, bro. I got you. Because I'm like a dog chasing a car, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm not going to force it. So I get home, open up the book, because he gave me the beat. I was like, dude, just record on my phone. Just give me something so I can work with it.
Yeah.
Get to the house, trying, and crazy. Because God don't make no mistakes.
Fact.
I'm flipping through, trying, because I got this big kind of like the water boy, and I don't want to tell my secrets, but I got like a water boy folder where all my music is. And now I'm actually up to like 3 different ones now.
Damn. Okay.
But so I'm flipping through, the one I want to write through. I literally was like, no, I want to put it in this one. Flipping through, looking for a page, and next thing you know it, I happen to stop on those 6 bars that I said, and everything that I write, when I write, I also, because I'll fucking forget. Like, even if I have the words, I might forget the melody. Okay. So I record it on my phone, voice memos, and I write down the keys or the chords for it. Yeah. So I can always come back. Yeah. So I'm flipping through, and next thing you know, I'm like, oh, I read through the words. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. And I was like, because I still had the beat fresh in my head. I was like, oh, snap. And then I looked, and I was like, hold on, I think this might be in the same key. And then boom. Wrote the whole little 16. That's crazy. And the chorus. Wrote the 16 and the chorus.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. So it's wild.
Yeah, stuff comes about like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's funny, man. Quick story. I've for the last, I'd say like, it's probably like 4 to 5 years, bro. I have had the same dream. I take that back. It's a different dream, but the same aspect or the same like thing in it, which is I hear a song that I've made. Okay. Or no, I hear a song. It's my song. I don't know if I've made it yet or if I need to make it, but because I used to be an artist, right? But it would just come on, and I'd hear it. And I'd be like, yeah, this is it. Like I know it's the one, but every time I wake up, I can never remember what it was. Like it could be at the end of my dream and I wake up and I'm like, I don't remember the melody, I don't remember the lyrics, I don't remember the beat, I don't remember anything. And it's like,
well, if that's the case, and it's just, how I feel spiritually, man. If that's the case, if it's the same dream, it's gonna happen. Obviously, for sure. Because boom, it's there. Like you just there's just no point in wasting the dreams, and it just not, But it's gonna happen, and like old people say, just keep living, big dog.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Keep living, and then boom, next you know it, it's gonna feel like deja vu, but it's not deja vu because you dreamed it. It was already there. It was facts. Boom. So that's gonna be beautiful. I can't wait till that moment.
Yeah, real talk.
Real talk. That's gonna be beautiful.
It don't come super often, but like I say, like every 4 to 5 months, I'll have that.
Hey man, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Like I said, because it's forthcoming. It's like it's foreshadowing. Like, when they talk to him, so it's literally foreshadowing, and I think that is a beauty to have for you. I think in the process of how my life has panned out, a lot of stuff has been foreshadowed to me. Spiritual, because that's how I'm speaking, because I know what you're feeling,
for sure.
And mine are more daydreams, more like daydreams. But at the same time, I never have a date. You never have a date. You never have a date. You got these wonderful, beautiful dreams, everything he's shown you, but you just never have a date, and so you just got to work.
Yep. Real talk.
I was watching. I did my homework, before I came, and so. The I want to say her name wrong. The Raya Michelle. That was a cold. That was some. She was dropping some gems, man. She was dropping some gems, man. Shout out to you, Raya. Real talk. Some gems for sure. But gotta make mistakes, man, and you really just gotta keep working.
That's facts. Yeah, that's facts, man. Yeah. I know you almost got into it. I'm gonna ask you. Do you have any rituals or anything that you do before you either go to the studio or before you go on stage or anything like that?
I do have a few small ones, because as a kid I would always read the tabloids, and when I was always interested in the ones that said 12 things you don't know about the artist, and so it was always little quirky little things, and so I was like, okay, what little quirky thing did I want to make up? Like none of this stuff do I need, but I just do it. My band's name. We're called A Shot of Sweet Tea, and we're called A Shot of Sweet Tea because the goal, because I failed the last 2 guys. I'm so sorry, band. But the goal is for us to all take a shot of sweet tea before we go. Just straight sweet tea, no alcohol, just sweet tea in there. Just a shot of sugar to the head before we go and rock out on stage. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
And it's just just little things like that. Or I don't really have a ritual. I just have to feel right. When I go into the studio, I just got to feel right. And when I write, like I said, I just, I got to, it's what I said earlier, just got to feel it.
Yeah. I feel like, man, for me, because being an artist when I was an artist and then also being a DJ, bro, like, I get into a whole different character, either when I'm in the booth or when I'm in the booth. But you know what I'm saying? So, like, and you can definitely, if the people that have listened to my music, like, you can tell, one, I don't talk like I rap. I don't sound like my ad-libs and everything. I turn into a whole other person, character.
Yeah, no, it's definitely for me, it's definitely a job. And so, and at my job, and just especially people who look like us, you know what I'm saying? When we're at our job, we are a different character.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's how I treat it now. You know what I'm saying? And even I'm also a choir teacher, and so my students know. Yeah, appreciate it, man. My students know, like, hey, I love to have fun. We're all about the mix, but they know, like, I'm like a faulty light switch because the music has to be right. It has to be beautiful. It has to be perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that makes sense, man. What's some interesting facts or something that people don't know about you as an artist?
I would say I can't swim. Guys. That would be. Well, I can swim in water. I can stand in. Let's change that. But no. I think they might not understand the work that goes into it. Me as an artist and the passion that I put into it. Now I do have people that said they do. They do get it, but I think just. And I don't know. Maybe everybody says this, but they just don't have all it. People don't believe yet, and I'm like, hey, that's fine. I feel like who's my man in the Bible, Noah? Like, hey guys, it's gonna rain. I'm telling you, it's gonna rain. I need y'all to get on this boat. You don't have to, but I got a boat here. I've been building for a very long time, and I feel like Noah. Like, hey guys, I got this big boat. I'm not, I can't tell you when it's gonna rain, but I know that there's gonna be a flood of blessings coming. So jump on the boat now, so I can account for you, and we can be in the mix. And people are still skeptical, and it's like, okay, I don't hate you, I still love you, but once this flood's coming, I'm moving.
I'm out of there,
and we're not talking every day.
Yeah.
Too sad, so sad. You drowned.
Yeah, nah, for real. I feel like that even with Chef Radio, bro.
I feel it,
man.
I feel it, dude.
It's funny because
so I'm glad I'm here. I can be like, hey, I was here. I was here.
Nah, for real. One of my guys I was talking to a little bit ago, I'm an emotional ass person, I'm gonna be honest. So I'm sensitive about my art.
Right.
So, Tech 9 once said, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. So, when I ask people to come on my show,
shout out to Badu.
Yeah. So when I ask people to come on my show, bro, like, you could tell me no, and that's not gonna bother me. What bothers me is when I ask you when you say yeah, and then I try to book you a time, or I have my assistant try to book you a time or whatever, and then you don't respond.
And then you don't respond. Or they no call, no show.
Yeah. That shit gets on my nerves.
Because you can't get time back, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you wasted my time.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't want to do it,
that was a slide I could have gave to somebody else.
Bro, like, if you didn't want to do it, you could just say you didn't want to do it.
I feel
so, I was talking. This guy, he asked him to be on the show before, and he basically did it. Did the, I'll do it. Didn't do it. And,
didn't schedule or didn't show. They both bad.
It basically didn't show because I already had them.
You had them scheduled.
Yeah. And
fiddlesticks.
And I guess he ended up seeing a couple more people come on the show that he knew. And then he asked to come on the show.
He doubled back. I was like,
So I was like, I was pissed because it's like, bro, now I don't even really technically want you on my show.
Right. I feel that.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel that.
Because I already asked you. You said yeah, and then you didn't show.
I feel that.
So my guy was like, "Hey, bro, you got to keep it business." He was like, "If you want to charge him, charge him. If you want to not let him on the show, don't let him on the show." He was like, "But if you gonna let him on the show, keep it business." Keep business.
That's true. That's right. That's right.
He was like,
"That's fair. That's a good friend."
He was like, this person that did that, he might be the first, but trust me, bro, he's not gonna be the last.
Right.
Because
right. And that's a lesson.
Yeah. No, for real. And I was like, man, that was some cool shit he said because it's true.
Yeah, 100%.
It's facts. Like
100%.
He was like, bro, he was like, you're coming up, people are kind of seeing it or whatever, and they don't want to jump on it until they see everybody else doing it.
That's
and it's hot.
Unfortunately, that's the world we live in, player.
And I'm
that's
like,
it, yeah.
And he was like, bro, it's gonna happen again and again and again. He was like, you just gotta keep it business. But I was like, man, it's hard as fuck for me to do that because I'm an emotional person and I'm sensitive about my shit. So
I feel
you know what I'm saying? If you want that type of time, that's why like I have my assistant handle all of that shit. Because if I handle it, you're not gonna come on my shit. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. My assistant is handling it for your safety.
For real.
That's basically what he said, ladies and gentlemen. If you thinking about it, don't waste his time.
That's facts.
Got you.
That's facts, man.
That's real talk.
As a singer, bro, do you have anybody that's an inspiration to you?
I do, man. And just a little side note, because again, I'm excited. You know, this whole process of, just being an artist and, growing and ascending, consistent progressiveness has always been a big thing for me. I've always been on an upward incline. And I've practiced this moment. I'm dead ass, man. I've practiced, just talking when I talk to just random people about my music. Yeah. I always tell them, or even if I don't tell them, I say it in my brain. Every time I answer any type of these questions, it's practice for when, boom, we're in the moment. And I'm in the moment, and I just had my moment. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I'm sorry. But nevertheless, so yes, the people who inspire me, and it might not be the typical people that, everybody might come on here and say, but I'm deeply inspired by, again, people who make music that is timeless. So Anita Baker. Okay. Luther Vandross. Ooh. Whitney Houston. James Brown. Just Michael Jackson, Prince, the Beatles. I'm not the Beatles, but I love the Beatles too. But Earth, Wind and Fire. So just music that just it's like meat. It's like a pot roast. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to cook all day. Yeah. And when you eat it, it's going to sit on you all day. For sure. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of music that I love.
If you could do a collaboration with any artist, dead or alive, who would it be?
That's a two. I can answer it in two parts because as much as I love being an artist, I pride myself in my writing. So I also want to, at the end of the day, when I die at 108 in July-ish, I want to, not only do I want to be known for the music that I gave, but also music that were kind of real baby faces. My mom used to always say people like Babyface and Kirk Franklin, they have the Midas touch. And she's always, you always want to have the Midas touch. Like I said, she's a music person too. You always want to have the Midas touch. No matter what they touch, baby, it's gold. No matter what they touch, it's gold. And so I want that. That's a big inspiration for me. And so I would like to have written a song for either Luther or Whitney Houston. And I would like to just have collaborated with Mike on some music, on some funky. But those are the dead people. So I know I'm going against the rules. But
no, I said dead or alive. It don't matter.
The people who are alive, I have this. I have the same same vision we was talking about earlier. I have this vision. I'm gonna write a song for Jasmine Sullivan. I'm gonna write a song. Oh, and if she asks me to sing with her, I might pass out. But so I'll say her too. I would love to collab with her and write a song for her. And I feel like I'm gonna write a song for Adele, but she's gonna fight me on. I'm like, Adele, I know you write your stuff, but please let me just write with you. So I think those are my people.
For sure, man. It sounds like you definitely want to leave a legacy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. If you're not going big, what are we doing? Like I tell my kids, if you didn't wake up to be the best, if you're not waking up to want to work to be the best, why are you breathing? Yeah. And some of the kids go, I said, I didn't study, call your parents. But, I want you to be serious about whatever you're working on, man. If you don't wake up to be the best at what you're doing, whether it's music, whether it's stacking cups, whether it's, podcasting, whatever it is, if you're not waking up to be the best at it, then why are you breathing? Yeah. Why are you here?
That's a fact. That's a fact, man.
Respectfully.
Yeah, that's definitely something I want to do. I've always, even before I started being a DJ and started the podcast stuff, is leaving a legacy, man.
Yeah, bro.
I always wanted to do that to where years upon decades after I'm gone, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. People like, yo, Preme did this. You know what I'm saying? He started this, or he did that. He did this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to start something. And I feel like, honestly, bro, like, because of the way everybody's talking about how Chef Radio is, new and not done out here and, stuff like that. If I started and it take off, you know what I'm saying, and then other people do it, that I started that legacy, you know what I'm saying? I started it. Boom. I started the wave. Boom. So, when people talk about somebody like DJ Screw or something like Texas people and stuff like that, it's like that, these are the people who started that stuff. Mm-hmm. I want to be the person that started it.
And Houston, and if you start something in Houston will respect your legacy.
Absolutely.
We're about loyalty. I don't know about all these people who move in here. They're trying to fight fight the culture. But people who have been here, real but I'm not gonna say some people who get here and you want to embrace culture, I love them. Yeah. But come on, keep Houston. And we embrace, we respect hard work. Yeah. We respect hard work, man. Fall in love with hard work. That's another thing that I tell my kids, man. Fall in love with hard work. So that's what's up, bro. And keep working, bro. You're gonna get it, bro.
I appreciate it, bro. Grinding, bro. I appreciate it, man. That's why the name of Chef Radio, if you don't know, it stands for Started Here, Ending Far. So, boom. You know what I'm saying?
Boom. That's nice.
That's why I do it, bro.
Started here, ending far. I like that.
I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it, man. So, JocQ is your artist name. Yeah. Is that like your name? Is there a story behind that name, or?
It's short for my full name is JocQ. Okay. And so I'm laughing because my little brother, he's all my family, they call me JocQ. Okay. This is my nickname. And so once he heard that I changed my name to JocQ, as my stage, he's been saying, he's like, bro, I can't call you that anymore. He's like, no, I'm gonna call you Ace. And so he's been calling me Ace the last couple of weeks, last couple of months, and it's weird. but yes, it really came from that, JocQ. And I'm an Omega man, so I kind of capitalize the Q because that's just what we do in my fraternity sometimes. So and it looked marketable, guys. So that was a big part. I wanted to look marketable on the stuff.
For sure.
Always thinking
about that stuff. What's something that you want your fans to get out of your music?
I want them to feel. I want them to feel where I'm coming from. I want them to feel whatever feelings that the music brings to them. And I want them to be able to go back again and again and again and again. And I want you to want to go back. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. And to be honest, I didn't know I wanted that, to be honest. Yeah. When my first single came out, and I don't want to tell my man's story, but when my first single came out, I met a guy, and he was like, I was talking about my music to him, because I don't talk about everybody about it, but if you ask, I'm gonna tell you. Yeah. So we were talking about the music, and he's like, okay, he was like, you sound nice, let me put do. Yeah. So I'm pulling up my stuff, and he already had me in his phone. He already had my single, and I was like, hey,
this is
me. And he was like, oh, snap. And he was like, dude, you don't know how much you've helped me. And I was like,
that's crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. You know?
That's crazy.
And so I think that kind of, like, I've always, like I said, I've always wanted to make timeless music, but I think that really dug me deeper into wanting to feel. And the music that I write, and it's kind of go back to the question about what do I want the fans to know about my music. That kind of answers both. I write what I see and what I experience. I write what I see, what I experience, and what I've experienced with others. You know what I'm saying? If someone tells me a story and, you know, I'm like, okay, boom, that's wild. You know, we could write about that.
Yeah.
You know, just like a comedian. You know, a good comedian is going to really tell stories about their life. Or let me rephrase that. At least to me, the funniest jokes always come from personal experiences.
Yeah.
And I think the same is with music. But, you know, I want to be an artist who can write music and it be good quality music whatever aspect I am in my life. Kind of like Pharrell. You know,
okay.
like goodness gracious. It don't matter what that man is doing. He puts he drops some music, you're gonna jam to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, again, Midas touch.
Yeah.
I think Pharrell definitely has
absolutely.
You know, so
he's a musical genius.
Yeah, dude. So
absolute genius.
Yeah, so I think that's what I want for my fans and my peoples and my friends.
No, that makes sense. I like that. I see you. You're clearly a person that takes pride and believes in what's coming up in the future. So, tell me what 5 to 10 years down the line looks like for JocQ.
Oh goodness, 5 years from now, we are everywhere. I am way busier than I could imagine. I'm surely not teaching anymore. And I am also financially stable. I'm not just everywhere on everybody else's dime or in the pocket of whoever. I'm doing all these things and as well as being paid very handsomely well for it.
Yeah.
I also have a family. So that makes it even harder. It might not be a big family, but, you know, outside of the family I have.
Yeah.
You know, I can probably see myself married in 5 years and, you know, and stuff like that. But musically, man, I am everywhere. And it might not take 5 years, but definitely about 5 years from now.
Yeah.
I'm everywhere. And so 10 years from now, and it might be, I don't know, because I'm a big thinker as I talk. 10 years from now, dude, I have this album, y'all, that is, it's like a video game. You know, you reel down far in the video game, you can't even see, but you know you got to get there.
Yeah.
That's all I got for you. But just know, it is
bigger than life.
Bigger than life, you know? For sure. So
for sure.
That's where we are.
What are some goals that you have in your music career? Like, what's some stuff you want to accomplish? And it could be small, it could be big. Like, some people may want to win a BET award. You know what I'm saying? Some people look at that as small. Some people look at that as like a Grammy. You know what I'm saying?
I have big and small goals. I think life is should be a series of accomplishing goals, and they getting bigger as you continue to ascend and progress. So a few of the small goals I have is knowing the day, and excuse my babies who are watching this, I love you, but knowing the day I can turn in my resignation as a teacher. Because I'm a firm believer that when I've made 3 times what I make in a year in 6 months or 3 months, I can boom. Or if I'm so busy / being paid for it, even if it's not that, if I'm so busy every day that I can't be that person for my kids who I want to be. I teach fitness 6th grade choir, so like I said, if I'm not there, if I can't be there to make them the best, and then it's gonna be a sad day, but it's gonna be a beautiful day because boom, you know what I'm saying? That's one. And a big goal outside of performing for the Grammys or whatever black prestigious award show we create, because I love the BET Awards, but I think we should have a high echelon, I might be saying that word wrong, but like a really prestigious award show, boom, bam, bing, for the music that goes unappreciated. Along with the BET Awards, I think we should do both, to be honest.
I feel like we have to make it that, because I feel like the BET Awards, nobody really necessarily cares anymore, or like thinks that this is a prestigious. If we made it like, oh my God, like everybody thinks that this is one of the top black awards. You know
I agree, 100%.
But you got artists that don't even care about it.
Don't care.
Don't care. That don't show up. That don't perform. That don't do that. So why are we as fans supposed to care about it? You know, it's because artists will get in their feelings over a Grammy, but they don't get in their feelings over a BET award.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's a cultural thing. I 100% agree with you. We have to create that. We got two options. We can either stand up today and say, hey guys, the BET Awards is going to be this, and it's going to be this standard, and we have to live up to it. Yep. A rebranding per se. Or,
that's what you would have to do.
You would have to. Mm-hmm. Or we can let that be what it is and continue to let that be what it's going to be, and create this other one where we start fresh on what we want this to be. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But we have to, like you said, maintain that stature and be stricter, like they would say in church, be in decency and in order. Yeah. And in the world we live in, you know, everybody wants to do what they want, and that's fine. I hear you. But there is still decency and in order. You know what I'm saying? And when you oblige by that, especially when it comes to something that you deem prestigious, you want to do it. And when you do it, the people who are acting up gonna either not go, or they gonna get in shape because they want to be there anyways. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Because
so
your bigger artists, they don't go. They don't care about winning. The Drakes, the Kanyes, like,
bro, I'm saying,
you know, they used to be there. You know what I'm saying? But like after they reached a certain level, they like, I don't really care. But you know, Drake, like, hey, I want a Grammy. Like when he made the song, he made a song about that. I mean, Kanye kind of like shit on him, but whatever. But like, I mean, we have to hold the award to a higher standard, such as a Grammy, such as, you know what I'm saying, all of these higher awards that everybody wants to have. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. It's now kind of like a thing of, yeah, I want a BET award. Like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's over there.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got a lot of artists that'll win the award and they're not even in the building. Dude. They're not even in LA.
Beyonce do it every year. Every year. You know, and I love Beyonce, but she does it every year.
You know what I'm saying? That's something that just we would have to hold to a higher standard and be like, okay, this is gonna be one of the top awards. Or like you said, create a new one, but you have to have everybody on board to know, like, this is the achievement as a black person in the music industry.
And you could do it for each one. Like you can still have the inclusive one with everybody, but if we want what we want, why not have it? You know what I'm saying? Why not? What especially if I believe if Tyler Perry done bought BET, why not, sir? Let's do it. What are we doing? Yeah. So I agree, bro.
You as an artist, you ever got writer's block?
Yeah.
How do you overcome it?
I keep pushing, man. I just, I go back, I go do something else. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, this isn't working. I'm tired. And I go do something else. And unfortunately, sometimes some songs, just like I was just talking about the song earlier. Yeah. I don't go back. Unfortunately, I don't go back. But I also know that when I do, it's gonna be purposeful. Mm-hmm. And like I said, this first, what I'm experiencing literally right now, that was because I literally wrote that last year in April. I wrote it in April. Okay. Of 2022, and I had nothing for it. I was like, okay, boom, okay. And I kept going with my day. Yeah. Or if I go, I have my voice memos here. I'm up to about maybe 80 voice memos. Whole different. Remember, I got my stick, but there's a whole other list right here of stuff. Yeah. And so, technically, all that is writer's block. The one, anything that's not complete is writer's block. At least for me. And I'm thinking as I go. But now if it's something I gotta work on, like I gotta finish, I gotta step back, figure it out, may go, do what I gotta do. Yeah. And then come back and see what I got, Yeah. But it has to flow. It has to come.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna force it.
Absolutely. Yeah. You got a most memorable moment in your career so far?
Yeah, I have. I definitely do. I recently performed at this Fresh Orange event. Shout out to Fresh Oranges. I recently performed at one of their events, and this lady, it was her birthday, and I was already excited. Most of the time, again, I treat it like a job, so I want to come. I'm excited about the music because I'll make music for free, but I'm excited to come in there and do a job and make some music. So, but this one, I knew it was gonna be funky because boom, it was we was coming with it. So we started the show. The goal was the first song we was gonna do was a mashup of Backstabbers by the OJs and I Wish I Didn't Miss You Anymore. And you can check out some clips on my Instagram, by the way, JocQ, JLCQ, WILL. But we were jamming. Well, that's what we were supposed to start with. And so get on stage, and so the beats rock, and I'm like, hey, I take birthdays serious. Shout out to you. And she was like, whoa, it's my birthday. Black girl. She, really turned up. And the whole crowd was just really, really, they were ready. And it was so cool because I happened to go last that night, and they Fresh Oranges put on some really dope events. And so, it was of course, there was a lot of people there. And so I happened to go last. And so then, stuff was running late. So I didn't get to perform till like 10:30. So I was definitely I was like, oh, I'm superstar status tonight. So I guess I'm juiced up. So, man, so we're performing. Yeah. And it was just a beautiful moment, man, because, we really, really rocked the house. So, that was beautiful. And then, like I was talking about earlier, when that guy told me, I helped his relationship by, him listening to my song. I was like, whoa, sir, you're touching me. So those are definitely two big memories I have so far.
That's what's up, man. I think that's one of the biggest things about music, is being able to make somebody feel a certain type of way, or being able to touch somebody in the musical aspect. Yeah. That's the most important part. You know what I'm saying? Like, because music is super powerful. Super powerful.
Yeah, man. It is, dude. So, it's ridiculously powerful, yeah.
Absolutely. Off camera, you said you had some questions for me. You had a couple questions.
Oh, yeah. My turn. How long have you really been doing the Chef Radio?
10 months.
10 months?
Wait. Technically, so I started Chef Radio really at the end of August, so it technically would be 11 months.
Okay.
But my first interview did not happen until September 8th, which was actually my birthday.
Well, come on now.
So I technically say the birthday of Chef Radio is actually my birthday, which is September 8th. So that's why I say 10 months. So.
That's what's up, man. That's
really
what's up.
I guess you could say.
That dude, that's what's up. I felt like you've been doing this for years.
Nah, man.
Interviewing people.
So I don't know if I ever shared this story on camera. Maybe I have. I don't know. But the reason why I even started Chef Radio is actually I think I have. So in 8th grade, I was going through puberty, and my voice changed. And from the summer to from the summer of 7th grade to 8th grade, and I went into class, my math class. I didn't talk to anybody the whole day, and then I went to my math class because I didn't know how people would perceive my voice, because my voice had been like this since 8th grade.
That makes sense.
So I was like, I'm not talking to nobody.
That makes sense.
And
first day too?
Yeah, it was first day.
Oh
school.
Yeah,
first day
that
school.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So if the teacher was like, call my name, I'm like, I ain't say nothing. So I got to my math class, and my teacher, Miss Dacus, she said, I don't want no hands in the air. You need to say you're here or present or something like that.
Damn.
So I'm like, all right, whatever. Well,
here it is.
So
made it this far.
She gets to my name, I'm sitting in the back of class. She gets my name. She calls my name. I was like, here. Everybody in the class turns around. And I will never forget it. Miss Dacus looks up at me like, but because she was looking at, she didn't even know it was me. The class knew it was me. But she was like kind of confused on who the hell just said
who's
that.
this grown man in my class?
So everybody was like, who is this grown man in the class?
Yeah.
And she was like, who said that? I was like, me. And she was like, okay, like she was a little confused, and then everybody in the class was just like I remember, shout out Sly Sylvester. He was cool dude. He started mocking me after that. He was like, here. He's like, yeah, my real name is Javion, so he was like, yeah, my name is Javion. I'm like, dude, I'm like, bro, I can't help it. Like, I'm sorry, but I can't help it. And,
that's cool, bro.
And it was so funny because that year, because they had me do the school announcements like on the thing around the school.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro! Like
it was cool.
bad.
Wait. There was announced at the evening or in the morning?
No, it was in the morning.
Yeah,
bro.
this is your cool voice in the morning. Yeah.
So these people, like, I remember, like it was guys and girls or whatever, and they'd be like, "Who is this grown ass man?" Because like when I was in the 8th grade, you know, 6th graders and 7th graders don't know who I am,
right?
So they think that it's a teacher or it's a faculty member or something like that, and then they were like, "Who's the person on the announcements? I never see him." And they was like, "Oh, that's a student. That's a student." And
I'm looking for that adult for 6 months now. I don't know where he at.
So yeah,
that's
man,
funny.
it was just wild.
That's cool,
man. And then so Miss Dacus was like, before the end of the school year, she was like, she pulled me to the side. She said, "Hey,
she said it like that."
Yeah, she was like, "You should do radio."
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm in the 8th grade. I'm like, Miss Dacus, what you talking about? I'm about to be a roller coaster architect. Man, what you talking about? I don't know. What you talking about radio?
Yeah, that's cool too.
And dude, from that day on,
it was
man,
change your life.
I mean, women galore.
Yeah.
They'd be like,
yeah,
you should do radio.
Yeah.
You should do radio. Oh my God, I love your voice.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
that's a real dude. That's a blessing, bro. Like that's a whole, just like a singer is a singer, or an actor is an actor. A person with the voice, like I think it's like this should be category. The voice, dude. Yeah. Like y'all in your own lane. In your own lane, because everybody can't just get on the radio. Everybody can't do that. But when you got the voice, dude, you write your own ticket. You can do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Real talk.
So
you can sell stripes to a zebra if you want to.
Man, and it's so funny because from the 8th grade till even today I still hear it. But
well,
man,
you should do radio.
Yeah, like you should do radio. And I remember I was
working.
Mine
in.
I was working at Famous Footwear, and 2 ladies came in the same day. One lady came in. She was like, I was like, "Hello, how you doing?" She was like, "Oh my God, I love your voice." And I was like,
you be just stopping women. Just
like, yeah.
I don't even know what I want anymore. Just speak to me.
For real. And then she was like, before she walked out, I was like, here you go, have a nice. She was just like, you know what? You should do radio. And I was like, yeah, man, I've heard that multiple times. You know what I'm saying? And then some lady comes in later on in the day, and
same day, by the way.
Same day. She, I'm like, hello, how you doing? She's like, oh my God, I love your voice. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Like,
oh,
I don't
snap.
know. I ain't even trying to like toot my own horn, but like I don't know like what it do to the women, but it do something to it. It's like a quiet storm voice.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
So
get them.
This lady, she I check her out. She was like, I'm not gonna lie, you should do radio. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, you know what?
Because people don't just say that. That's what I'm saying. People don't just tell people you should do radio.
I was like, well, God, clearly you've been telling me for the past 8 years, 10 years to do this, so might as well go ahead and do it. So I created SHEF Radio to where I made it a podcast, but I also made it like a radio show to where you still get your music, I used to. Well, I still do it sometimes. I haven't done it in a while, but I do it like a little segment called the Rap Snacks, where it's just me on here and I'm just kind of like talking about stuff that I got going on, or like just stuff.
It'd be like that.
And then my interviews, but I always wanted to also help put people on because nobody ever really did that for me. You know what I'm saying? When I was an artist, so I was like, I want to help other people.
Build as you climb, man. Nah, real talk.
So yeah, bro.
I got one more. I got one more question
sure.
for you. I got one more question. Okay, and I asked. I've kind of created a case study, kind of.
Okay.
This, and I love asking people, especially people who love music like I do.
Yeah.
All right, here you go. You got a concert, right?
Yeah.
You got 5 artists, dead or alive. Now, you can go as deep or as shallow as you want, but you can dead or alive, your genre, whatever genre you want, but it's your concert. And if you want to add an extra layer to it, give me open to close. What you got?
5 artists.
5 artists. You can give them to me regular, or you can give me open to close. Whichever one you want. 5 artists, dead or alive.
So we're gonna do a hip hop concert.
All right, let's do it.
Drake gotta be there.
All right.
Wayne gotta be there. Pac gotta be there. That's 3.
Yep. It's a good concert, by the way.
Man, people are gonna scold me for not saying Jay-Z, but
I won't scold you.
I don't.
Hey, Jigga.
Yeah.
Great business.
I respect.
I
I respect Jay-Z.
I won't
He
scold
just
you.
probably wouldn't be in my concert.
100% respect.
Oh, I mean, he do R&B and hip hop sometimes, but like Chris Brown.
Okay.
Chris Brown. Like,
Okay.
I
Okay.
Chris Brown heavy.
That's a cold concert though.
And then,
we are rocking.
One more.
They all got songs together too, right? No, except Pac, but
Yeah.
he'll come out there and do stuff.
Nicki.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a
Female on that line.
that's in there.
Yeah.
So basically, a Young Money concert with Tupac and
man, that's funny.
and Chris Brown.
Yeah. He said Young Money out of here.
I didn't realize I said it either. I was just
He
saying.
said basically a Young Money concert.
Still a great concert.
That's funny. That's funny.
That's good, bro. That's good.
I did not realize that. I did not realize that. He said, yeah, basically Young Money concert with Chris Brown and Tupac. Oh, man. Oh, man. Nah,
I'd go to that.
That's funny.
I'd go to that for sure.
Yeah. So, them my artists, man.
That's cool.
I like all of them different artists for different reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be no cliche person to be like, oh, Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z. Like,
Yeah.
I like who I like. You know what I'm saying?
And that's part of the reason I've asked people that question. I think I've been asking people that question. I think like a few years now, a couple years now, because it just really gives me a perspective of just where you are, not necessarily where you are musically, but what type of music you're really into.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you really had to choose, you know what I'm saying? Because it's your concert.
Yeah.
It's nobody else's. It's yours. What are you jamming? What are you rocking?
Yeah.
And, when you speak to people who, like I said, I've had people go real deep and they'll spread all across all things. Like I said, they'll give me open to close because they're creating. And that's just another aspect. It's just, okay, you really dug into this just now. All right, I love it. Let's go.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I love it.
Yep.
That's what's up, bro.
What do you think about social media and the artistry game right now? You think social media has hurt or helped the game?
I think it has its pros and cons. I think if you were on the wave before the algorithms really jumped on stuff, like the people in the business, like really, like when people were really getting famous overnight for stuff.
For sure.
If you were on that wave, 100% benefit.
Mm-hmm.
I think on the back end of that wave, you have now people, the game is harder to push through. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's always been like that, but you know, the avenues are a little bit more difficult to pierce through because it's not new. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it. So you know, it makes you have to dig even deeper into your artistry, and some people can, some people can't do that. I also think social media has helped and hurt the artist in a way, because gone are the days where you're discovered like Tony Braxton, or discovered like somebody, I forgot who's the lady who got discovered at the gas station. You know what I'm saying? Dude just pulls up and hears her singing like, "Oh my God, I love your voice." Yeah, you know.
Chris Brown got kind of discovered that way by
Really?
50 Cent. Yep.
Oh snap! Okay, well, Chris Brown. Okay, boom. So I'm saying, but now they want you to already have you a fan base and a backing. But if you're a smart artist, if you care about your financials at the end of the day, and you care about the business side of the music, then you realize, I've already done the work, people. I don't need you anymore. Now, hell yeah, I need your distribution, but I can sign me a distro deal right then and there. But I don't have to necessarily sign my rights to you for perpetuity of me, my name and my brand. Or I don't have to sign a publishing deal, especially if I'm writing my own stuff. I don't have to give you my publishing. We can sit here and do a quick little distro deal, and boom, you get paid because of who I am and what's going on, and I get paid because you got the stuff that I can do.
I think a lot of it too, which really sucks. A lot of people don't really respect the art anymore. They look at it like a get rich quick scheme.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
And
now are you talking about like individuals who are working on the art? Or you talking about the business side? I mean the business people.
No. I'm talking about like the artists.
Oh, okay,
like,
okay.
They look at it like,
I'm with you.
Yeah, like they look at it like, oh, I can be famous real quick and I'll get all this money. And it's like, honestly, if you really don't know the game, you can get messed over. Like,
dude, you better go watch a documentary.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude.
You know, people don't understand. And because I'm in the school for music business management, so a lot of people don't understand like the stuff that goes into actually doing this, or a deal, or a 360 deal, or a publishing deal, or all this other stuff. You don't understand what you just think. Oh, I'm signing in a deal. They giving me $1 million advance. Mm-hmm. You do know you got to pay that back, right?
No, they don't.
You know
and like you said, they don't. And unfortunately, especially those people, because they pry on the ones who don't. You know what I'm saying? Because they know it's $1 million. It's $1 million I can pick from. Yep. So they find this one person, especially in the hood. These people who are these rappers trying to make it out. They know they struggling on slanging. You know what I'm saying? Trying to take care of their mama, their grandma, their baby mama, whatever. And they say, hey, I got 250 bands. Yep. I got 500 bands. And just quick sign this contract. Your music jamming. Yep. And next you know what, boom, you sign it, and they do what they tell you they're gonna blow you up. Yep. And now you ask them where that money at, and they was like, oh, you done spent it. Yeah. On all this stuff. On that
chain, on that car, on that house,
and the music, and the music that you make, and we charge you for that too.
That too.
And the food you ate, we charge you on that too.
For real.
And now you back pissed off. That's why they make now you getting on Instagram Live talking about, oh, my life is bad and I was better off because you didn't read.
Nah, and you broke.
And you didn't want to read, but they took
broke.
Advantage of you too.
Yeah.
It's 50-50.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And artists don't realize like your money don't come back. You don't see no money until you recoup. And then you'll see it a little bit after that. If you did more than just recouping, like if they gave you $500,000 but you made back $2 million, there you go. You know what I'm saying? Now you get a little bit of bread back.
Now you made some bread.
Yeah,
but
you made 500. They gave you 500,000. You made 501K. You ain't got that much money. You know what I'm saying? You know your money comes from tours, merch. You know what I'm saying? Like all of this other stuff, but you don't really see that like that. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, even sometimes with the tours, you may not get a lot of money because who's funding it?
Exactly.
The label.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And don't let you also be signed to one of them 5 album deals And we gotta approve the songs on the album.
Yeah.
So you can be like, okay, let me make this music, but shoot, if they gotta approve it and they gonna tell you when they want you to drop it.
Yep.
So you like, shoot, I'm a slave.
Yep.
I'm a slave to the game, man.
Yep.
But again, if you're not up on this, or if you're just one of them people who just want to make music, like Jimi Hendrix, he's one of the people. I love me some Jimi Hendrix, but Jimmy, all he wanted to do was play his guitar. That's all he wanted to do, and he is voted right now. You can look it up, best guitar player to ever do it, but died broke. Because all he wanted to do was play his guitar and never wanted to sit in no meetings, never wanted to understand the business. And by the time he realized he was broke, he was already, it was too late.
Yep.
I don't want to be Jimi Hendrix, bro.
Nah, for real.
Straight up.
For real. I'm going to ask you 2 more questions, man.
All right.
Before we get out of here.
All right.
You as an artist, we know the game is oversaturated with people who want to sing, who want to rap, who want to do this, who want to do that. What makes you stand out and believe that you're going to make it over everybody else? And also that you're going to last?
One, I would say just my faith. It might sound crazy, but, faith that transcends all understanding is what I live on. 2, the work. Again, I'm willing to put in the work. I'm willing and I'm wanting to put in the work. I want to put my head down and work to get to the top. And I know that's gonna pay off. And 3, the product. Because once the work is done, the product that I'm going to give you, like I always tell my team, anything that we do, guys, will be USDA steak A certified. You know what I'm saying? Certified steak, bro. Certified steak. That's what we have to give. That's not the standard. That is the foundation. Yeah. The greatness is the foundation, and everything that we go to above that is going to be the plus. You know what I'm saying? But greatness is where we have to start. And so when you get the product of that, I want you to feel that. I want you to feel that every single time. And if you don't feel that, come tell me. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. And I tell my team that I don't want anybody on my team is gonna be a yes man or a yes guy. Like, what are we doing? You're wasting both of our time. Yeah. Because I also greet them, hello, future millionaires. I say it every time. My manager, well, they're like co-managers. But the guy, he's an engineer for big old farm, 6 figures. He makes his bread. His wife, anesthesiologist. They make their bread. Yeah. You know, they live long enough and put their bread together. They will be millionaires either way. But future millionaires, I greet everybody on my team like, hello, future millionaires. Because that's, if we continue to work and we put forth our best effort, it's going to happen. For sure. It was, but my apologies. It's going to happen, period. Yeah. But how quickly can we make it happen? Yeah. And that's when it kind of goes back to what I was saying about, just the belief. And, and that's okay. It's all right. It's my job to lead and continue to show you that this ain't no game. This ain't no play. Facts. So. Facts. Nah. So faith, work, and product. Yeah.
So when JocQ is super big, you know what I'm saying, billboards everywhere, New York, Times Square,
everywhere,
all of that, worldwide. Do you plan on coming back to Houston and doing something for your city?
Of course.
What you want to do?
Outside of come back and us make beautiful music, I think me being as a teacher, I think that'll probably be the avenue that I'll always stick with, making sure that schools are up to date with their ability to make good music. So again, me being a choir baby, so I might always lean a little bit towards choir, but making sure your facility is up to standard. If you want to make good music and you're in here already making good music on boo-boo material, I got you. Let's go. Yeah. what Nicki Minaj said, we don't even look at the price tag. Just bill me.
Yeah.
Bill me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's all about the kids.
It's real talk.
All about the kids. And that's why I'm a stickler about education. But at the end of the day, the only person who suffers the most is the kids. Absolutely. Us as adults, we have degrees, or we have certifications, or we have life experiences, we have knowledge. We at least graduated high school.
Yeah.
But a lot of stuff that we do right now for our babies are not in their best interest. And it's baffling.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. All right, well, JocQ, man, go ahead and shout yourself out. Tell everybody where they can find you, find your music, all of that, man.
You can find me on all of your social media platforms, Spotify, iTunes, everywhere. Tidal, all of those. IG, JocQ, JocQWill, JocQ. Come find me. Come check out the music. Album drops next Friday, 7/14/23, Enamorado, Book 1. Thank you. Love you.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you for coming on the show, man, doing your thing.
No problem, man. I enjoyed myself.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, man. Y'all keep it locked. You already know the dessert mix up next. It's JocQ, DJPreme doing the damn thing.
Ow!
It's SHEF Radio.